Good Wednesday morning from the Oklahoman's video studio. A lot going on in downtown Oklahoma City this morning. I'm Dave Morris. He's Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for stopping by.
Great to be here again. Yeah.
You know, I mentioned there's a lot going on. There's rain in the forecast. It looks from our streetscape out here like it has been raining. There's construction going on across the street. And you're coming off a busy weekend down at the river.
Yeah, it was the Memorial Day weekend was really fun at the Boathouse District. Lots of people came out, just having a great time, enjoying RIVERSPORTS Rapids and hanging out, playing, listening to music. Really a neat scene down there all weekend.
And this is the first time RIVERSPORTS Rapids has been online during a major event, major holiday.
Yeah, we were surprised. We've never seen so many people down just over the weekend like that. So I think people are coming out and enjoying like it's kind of how we intended. It's great how it worked out that way, you know. So people just hanging out. I mean, it was really a neat scene with the live music and the rafters, the tubers, and just, you know, great music, and so just a lot of fun.
And you were sold out of rafting on Saturday and Sunday, right?
We were, you know, we were sold out, which is great. We're going to continue to increase our capacity as we have more Raft Guides, you know, coming online. But we also, you know, we've added, as we've talked about before, the tubing, which has allowed people who maybe couldn't get in a raft to at least have a little bit of a whitewater experience. So we did get a lot of people on the water. And you know, the thing in Oklahoma too is it gets hot, and so to be able to get in there and just cool off and splash around, a lot of people were enjoying that.
You know, I mentioned the rain right now. That's kind of keeping our temperatures down a little bit. But here in a few weeks, we'll get out of this rainy cycle, and it will be baking hot.
Yeah.
And you will have the coolest pool in the city at that point.
It is a cool pool, and I will say this, you know, a little secret is today's a great day to go rafting because, you know, when it's a little overcast or rainy, you're getting wet anyway when you're rafting, and you know, not as many people out there, and it's, you know, it's really a really fun experience. It really doesn't matter what the weather's like, as long as it's not lightning, thunder. So.
I was going to ask you that. So what are your rules when it comes to rain and the weather? I'm assuming lightning shuts you down completely within a certain radius, but rain, maybe it just depends on the intensity of rain. But
pretty much depends on that intensity, but for the most part, I mean, we keep going, you know, when it's raining, and you know, we've said if you go to Colorado on a trip and you go rafting, it may be cold, or you know, the water's really cold, or you know, they're rafting in all weather, but lightning. So we're kind of the same way. So.
All right, you mentioned the rafting and the Raft Guides.
Yeah.
Are you still looking for Raft Guides? If people are looking for summer jobs, are there jobs perhaps available?
Yeah, there are. We always are going to be looking for Raft Guides from you know, this is kind of building our pool of guides, and we've had a lot of great people come through, but we are doing more Raft Guide schools this month here in June, which you could get involved in if you like. And so, Dave, I know you've been thinking about it, so.
maybe it's time. Maybe now is the time.
But no, actually, we do. It is it's a fun job. You know, it's learning a new skill. It's you know, it's really authentic whitewater, and we're just looking for people who want to be outdoors and do something really fun for the summer.
So let's stay on the whitewater course here for just a second and talk surfing.
Yeah. Well, you know, we optimize this final drop. It's very unique that we have this in our whitewater center that is available for surfing and freestyle kayaking. And what that means is, if you've ever seen like a flow rider or one of these standing surf machines, it kind of does something similar to that. And you get into this wave, and you can stay in the wave if you're in a kayak, or even the rafters. Sometimes at the end of the trip, the guide will take the group up and surf on the wave. But what we have are these things called river boards, and they're kind of like body boards, and you can get in and stay in the wave, and just like you would on like a flow rider. And so we're going to be doing surf lessons and having a surf experience every day now, starting here real soon, and that will be incorporated into our tubing times as well. The tubing right now is at 10 and 6. We're going to add a 2 o'clock time slot as well. And so we'll be able to do tubing and surfing during that time.
You know, those flow riders, when you go to various places that have those, it's like a magnet. People just gather around and watch and see who can stay on the board the longest.
You know, I tell you, it's a real spectator sport. It's fun to do, and it's fun to watch. And so, and really anybody can do it. So we had some kids in there the other day testing it out, and we've got some really great staff members who are really good at it, who kind of help you along. And if you jump in and you lose it and you fall off, no big deal, and you kind of just float right back around and do it again. So.
All right, shifting from whitewater to the Oklahoma River and some success stories coming out of some of the teams, OCU and UCO. Let's start with Oklahoma City University.
Yes, well, OCU, they're heading to Princeton here today, in fact, to compete in the Intercollegiate Rowing Association National Championship, which is this weekend. And this is a really big deal for OCU. The program that was started back in 2003 as a varsity program really was, built a competitive reputation over the last 10 years, initially in the region, but now they're in the top 25 and racing Harvard and Yale and Princeton, Stanford, Cal, Washington, a lot of these
traditional powers.
These kind of traditional powers that you may have read about in Boys in the Boat, that are when you talk about tradition, rowing is the oldest intercollegiate sport in America. The oldest teams of any sport in America are Harvard and Yale rowing teams, which is who OCU is racing this weekend, among many others. So it's a really big thing for the program just to get there. And so they're taking a men's 8 qualified, a men's 4, and a women's double. So we're real excited for the program and to see how things turn out.
Best of luck to the Stars in their competition at Princeton this week. Meanwhile, UCO has returned, right?
Yes, UCO went to the NCAA National Championship for Division II, and they came back as national runners-up, which is great. I mean, incredible for that program. Very young program, already at the top, and really a testament to the coaching and the athletes, and of course the administration at the university supporting rowing. They've got a beautiful new boathouse, and we see them out there working so hard every day. So it's really great to see these Oklahoma teams making such a national statement, really, for rowing here in the middle of the country. And I've always said that we have built really a world-class venue, and we were really hoping all of our programs kind of reflected the nature of the facilities, and truly they have. I mean, truly they're really at the top, and so I think that's exciting. And what that also means is we then have a lot of young athletes from around the country looking to Oklahoma City to come to one of our universities, whether it be OU. Of course, they've also got a very, very competitive rowing program, UCO or OCU, and I think that's really exciting.
Continuing to see the results of the athletes training down at the river now in these various athletic adventures.
Absolutely, and again, Rio's just around the corner, so we go from the collegiate competition to our athletes that are going to be representing the United States in Rio later this summer, and so just a real exciting time for that.
All right, 2 more points on this segment here as we talk with Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation, shifting from the Oklahoma River to Lake Hefner, and there are various rental opportunities that people can discover there. Yeah,
this is new for us. Starting our Lake Hefner operations, we're just really early on in that process. We have a lot of ideas of expanding the programming and facilities out there, but we are starting kayak and SUP rentals out there. We also have open sailing on certain nights that you can get involved in, and the kayak and SUP rentals are at the marina, kind of on the west side of the lake. We've now kind of converted what was the Lake Patrol building into a boathouse, and it's really a neat place. It's a totally different kayaking experience out there than it is at Lake Overholser, where you're paddling in the wildlife preserve, and at Lake Hefner you're out in the open water, it's really cool. So and plus and they're all right on the trail, so you can basically get to all our facilities via the trail that goes through Oklahoma City.
I've been working on that trail, mostly down by the river. I've made it to only to Meridian at this point. My buddy Phil O'Connor from the newsroom, he's made it around Overholser. Neither one of us have made it to Hefner yet, but it's cool that trail really does connect some points.
It's really unique for Oklahoma City to have that, and it's continuing to expand. Yeah.
All right, one final note here on this segment with Mike Knopp. Upcoming events include films, and perhaps the most appropriate film is you're starting off with.
Well, we thought, how can you not start a floating film series without starting with Jaws? So Jaws will kick things off this Friday night in the Whitewater Center. We'll be showing the movies. They're right off on the pump house, and so it's free to come in and just bring a chair, hang out, watch, or you can pay a fee, $10 to get in a raft and float in a raft with your friends. So,
cool.
or a tube, or if you've been out and you just get a day pass to spend the day out there, it's free to just stay in your tube. So we encourage people to come out, and it's really going to be a fun way to enjoy our new whitewater venue. So
if you're in a tube, you need a bigger boat, go grab a raft,
that's right.
Enjoy some jaws on Friday night.
And we're going to have Big Water Grill open, and so, our new restaurant. So it's just, it'd be a fun place to hang out Friday night.
Fantastic. We appreciate the update, Mike.
Sure.
Best of luck
Thank
with
you.
everything. He's Mike Knopp. More information can be found on their website, which is really well done, riversportokc.org.